of times people think that they're lactose intolerant and they actually just have a problem digesting the protein. So I would try A2 milk. If A2 doesn't work for you and you want still dairy milk and you want to buy lactose-free milk, that's completely fine. There's 2 ways you can do lactose-free or lactose reduced. You can go to your pharmacy and buy lactase with ASE. Okay, so what that is an enzyme. And so that enzyme will take your lactose and cleave it. Okay, so lactose is a big sugar, like this. Okay, and that lactase enzyme will cleave the lactose sugar into glucose sugar and galactose sugar, which is easily digestible. For some reason, I'm having a hard time saying that. So lactose into glucose, galactose. Okay, you can do that by taking the little enzyme yourself. You can buy it over the counter in the pharmacy. It's a little tiny pill. Or if you don't want to do that and you want to buy Lactaid, is the brand name, milk, which is the lactose-free option, they just add in the enzyme already. And so that milk doesn't have that lactose in it. It has glucose and galactose. And so when you drink Lactaid milk, it's going to taste a little bit sweeter than regular store-bought milk because it has that glucose and galactose that was broken down from the lactose, okay? So it's like same amount of sugar, just in a different form. Okay. So there's that. I'm sorry, I probably missed like 1,000 questions. If I missed your question, you can just put it up again. What about Fairlife? So Fairlife, I gotta think about it. It's been a long time since I looked at Fairlife. Fairlife, they market additional protein, I think. Is that what they do? And so what they do with theirs, I think it's reduced lactose, reduced sugar, and additional protein. So what they do is they filter their milk. So pretty sure they filter it. So they filter off the protein off of other milk, and then they add that protein back in, and then they would have to add the lactase enzyme to break down and then filter out the sugar. It's filtering. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I know it's by filtering. When calves graduate, what all happens with them? So the 2 I'm going to graduate this afternoon, or when my phone is charged up, so you guys can graduate with me. They're going to get a little RFID earring. They're going to get their second ear tag, and then they're going to move over to the barn with buddies, which is really exciting and also kind of scary for them at the same time because they've spent the last 2 weeks of their life in that little pen. So moving is a little bit stressful for them, and then they're moving with other animals, and so they have to get used to them. But then they eat and they get the zoomies, and then they run all over like crazy catties. What happens to the male calves? It depends. So the male calves are raised with our girl cows until they're about 4 months old. At 4 months, they'll move up into their own pasture. We'll go stay for like another 2 months, or about 500 pounds, and then we'll private sell them. Or sometimes when like a beef cow guy or gal in the area, beef farmer in the area, has a cow, but their calf died, we'll sell a baby bull calf to them so they can keep their cow in the lactation that they need it to be in. But we do private sell them. Every once in a while, if I have a really good bull from like a really good cow, or they have a certain characteristic that I like, I'll keep them for a little while and let them breed a couple of animals, and then I'll get rid of them. I really don't like having breeding bulls around for lots and lots and lots of reasons. But yeah, no problem. Again, thanks. I'm glad you like my hair. And I have no problem answering any question as long as it is framed in a respectful manner. If you're respectful, I will answer anything to the best of my ability. Calves are only going for 40 cents a pound. I'm sorry. Do you give cows treats at all? So I have only known one person in my life who has gotten a cow to like eat a treat, and they were like little alfalfa pellets. But no, I have not. No. But I give scratches. They seem to like that. we're in, I'd say, 6-hour drive. In New York, 6-hour drive. He's very smart. Okay, I'm just waiting for the more questions. It freezes and then like a whole bunch of questions come at the same time. Are there a lot? No, we are the last dairy farm from the beach, I guess, which is about 3 hours. 3 hours to the East Coast. We are the last one. We are the last one in our county. There is one 45 minutes from us. No, it's not that long. Maybe it's a half hour. There's one about a half hour from us, and then there's one about 45 minutes away, and we are it. And we all have a different approach, which is interesting. So, I mean, we joke because we're all friends. We joke to see, you know, who's going to be the last one standing. So we are technically like the niche market where we're direct selling our own milk and we are making the ice cream. So we are like the niche market. And then we have another farmer who is like the technology route where they have put in this beautiful system with the robots, and it's so great. And that's what I want to be in 10 years with our creamery. But you know, they're about the same price, you know, $2 million for new facilities for the cows or $2 million to try to get out of this commodities market. And so we went with the creamery because we thought that was the best route for our farm to go. But they have this beautiful facility with the robots, and so they went the technology route. And then the other farm, the other last farm that's close to us, went the get bigger route. And so they are adding on more cows. I think they're at like 800 cows right now, and I think they want to go to like 1,500. And so we joke. It's a joke to see who's going to be the last one standing. Hopefully, we're all going to survive, and we're all going to hit our markets where they need to be, because there's only 30,000 dairy farmers left in the United States, which is not many, considering how many people are in the United States. Are you going to be on for a little bit? I need to clean your duck. Oh, clean your duck and chicken pens. I was like, okay, have fun, clean your duck. Yeah, I'm going to be on for a little bit. I'm letting the phone charge. I'm answering questions, letting the phone charge, and then we're going to go move Sylvie and Nugget. Question about dairy cows. Do they produce milk whether they have given birth or not? No. So dairy cows are a mammal. Like all other mammals, they do have to have a calf to produce milk. Do we test for A2A2? Yes, I can show you. Oh. Here are my samples that I need to send off. So, this is funny. Okay, so those of you who were with me this morning, I moved 2044, and I just happened to pick up her tag. So this is, we send ours to Neogen. There it is. GeneSeq. We send it to Neogen because they're cheaper than everybody else. And so we write our number on it, the cow's number 2044. If y'all remember, that's so funny. This is the cow we moved this morning. My initials and then the date it was taken. It was taken like a long time ago. And so what you do is you take the cow's hair. I gotta open it. Okay. So you take the cow's hair and you put it on this sticky little pad. Oh, focus. My phone is not focusing very well. But on the actual sticky part is the hair root. Oh, here maybe you can see. Right, that little ball on the end, that one's sticking out, is the hair root. And they take that DNA and they check it for the gene that will produce the A2A2 beta casein protein. And then they tell me, I wonder if I have any of my lists. I have a list that tells me who the animals are. They send it back to me and they say, okay, this cow is A1A1, this one is A1A2, this one is A2A2. I'm gonna go look for it really quick. list back of what each cow is. And then the people who mate our cows for us, they pick who their boyfriend is going to be. They will mate a cow with a bull who is that A2A2 producer. And we've been doing this for about 3 years now. So cow hair is soft or coarse. Depends on where you're getting the hair from. Like the hair on their body, I would say is soft, but the hair on the tail is extremely coarse because they're using that as a fly swatter. House Puddle, she's great. Didn't even think of that. It would be Milk Quick back to our area. Husband asked where I vacay, and I said Virginia. I want to go to the dairy farm. Yeah, come in June. It's gonna be hot, but. So I tested and cultured some cow's milk on the live the other day. Did it come out good? Yeah, it came out negative. And then I re-CMT'd her and I sent her back to the herd. So what is A2A2? A2A2 is a protein. So the majority of milk used to be A1 milk. And so now as an industry, some of us were able to jump the gun and produce A2A2 milk. And so what they're finding through research is that A2A2 protein is actually a lot easier to digest. So a lot of times people think that they have lactose intolerance, but what is really happening is they're having trouble digesting that protein. And so as we're switching over to A2A2, you're seeing people who are coming more back to drinking milk because it's not giving them an upset stomach. Yeah, okay. So was that a good enough explanation for the A2A2? Thanks, SJ. Was that a good explanation for the A2A2? It's a protein. It's a protein that the cows naturally produce by themselves. So just like there's difference in genetics between people, there's difference in genetics in cows. And so some cows produce A1 protein in their milk, and some cows produce A1A2, and some cows produce A2A2. And so what we're trying to do is find the cows who produce A2A2 and continue to make sure that they are bred or mated to animals who also produce A2A2, so we can provide you guys or the public with milk that we know or we believe that won't make their stomachs upset. Because if y'all don't buy my milk, the reality is I can't take care of these cows and I will have to go find a different job. But I love these cows and I like being here and I like talking to you guys about cows, and so I want you to come buy the milk and the ice cream. So anything I can do to make you guys have confidence or make you feel good about the product, I'll do it. And that's why I sit here and I say that there's no questions off limits, because if you want to know, I want you to know. And if you decide after our talking or after seeing the farm that dairy milk's not for you, that's fine. That's your decision. But if after you come here, I had one lady one time on a tour. I think it was like an October tour or a school tour. And we went through, and I can tell, you can read the crowd and you can tell how people are feeling. And like the whole time I was like, I kept glancing at her because she had this like scowl on her face. And, sometimes I get nervous.